This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and I'm here with another Big Tyme Rant. This is the Value Wrestling. On the Big Time, we're going to jump into the WWE, going to separate the tag teams. Mick Foley being a coach or non-our talent. What is the big surprise coming into day one? And what is going on with Chris Jericho, Jim Cornette, CM Punk, Ace Steel, and even Don Callis getting in the mix, all talking about NDAs and the cover of the AEW Employee Handbook coming out. We're going to talk about it, and spoilers for Royal Rumble, sure or false. Lots of stuff to get into, a lot of stuff to break down. We're going to do it right after this. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. It is Tuesday, December 26th. It's the day after Christmas. Everybody getting back to work, getting back to the normal routine. Life must go on, and we must move forward. And I'm here in studio to break down some breaking news. Big talks about the WWE tag team titles. Are they going to be separated? Are they going to continue to be unified? The talks are they got plans for both. It's kind of frozen right now. We don't know what's necessarily going to happen. But there's an opportunity to split the titles back up, give Raw a tag team title, give SmackDown back a tag team title, or keep the titles unified and let everybody vie for it. I think it's probably a little better if you keep the titles together until you build up a bigger tag team division on both brands. Mick Foley could become a regular in a non-WWE wrestling role. Lots of stories coming out that Mick Foley may be working with OVW, but also may be going to help as a coach or other affiliates. But it does look like he has made some agreement, and we may be seeing him on OVW for a short-term, long-term. It's up in the air, but it is going to be a non-WWE wrestling role, non-wrestling role. Yeah, Mick Foley could become a regular in non-WWE wrestling role. Yes, so it'll be a role, not a wrestler. Will he be a commissioner? Will he be a general manager? Will he be a coach? A lot of options, but it looks like he's going to be working out something with OVW. So if you're in the OVW area, keep your eyes out for Mick Foley. WWE Raw Day 1 is going to be in San Diego, California. The event features a women's World Championship match between Rhea Ripley and Ivy Nile, and Seth Rollins is putting on his title against Drew McIntyre. This is huge stakes going into the road to the Royal Rumble. So we were waiting to see what's going to happen. Possible spoilers coming out, rumors and innuendos on what's going on, how that's all going to play out, and which one's going to be the main event. Will it be Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre? I believe that is going to be the main event. I think they've already announced that and put it out there into the universe. Can't wait to see what happens on Raw Day 1 next week. And, of course, SmackDown, it preempted with a Best of special for SmackDown. And then Monday next week will be WWE Raw Day 1 and SmackDown New Year's Revolution. It's going to be awesome. Lots of exciting stuff. Lots of exciting matches coming in for that. If you haven't seen it, there is a list of WWE has a there is a leaked Royal Rumble card, how the matches are going to play out, and even the entrance into the Royal Rumble with the winners for both the male and female, with the female roster looking very good. Not going to be surprised if that would be something, depending on who WWE has signed to contracts or not signed. We see that Jade Cargill is in this leak sheet. Deonna Purrazzo joining WWE possibly in this. And the return of Sasha Banks, with Sasha Banks being a runner-up to Bayley's win in the Royal Rumble. This is what this leak sheet says. And in the men's roster, it shows a lot of names. It even puts Rhea Ripley in the men's Royal Rumble, which is a little odd. She comes in after Dominic. It starts off with Jay Uso and Solo Sikoa, which would be great, but I think there's a few other names ending with Gunther coming in at number 30, but the winner will be CM Punk, with Cody Rhodes being a runner-up. Both of them look good on paper. You look at them, you sound, this could be nice, but every report coming out now is saying that these leaks and information is all fake. There is no truth to this. So if you see these out here, take them with a grain of salt. They look great. They look good, but it does not look like that is going to be the true nature of what's going on. So we're going to look at it. Don Callis wishing, I guess, this on Chris Jericho, and in his words, and I quote, "In certain countries, it's reported that death row inmates are not told their execution date. They wake up every day wondering if that day is their last day on earth. I wish that for Chris Jericho. On second thought, I'd like to introduce Chris Jericho to an elephant." Yeah, Don Callis coming out after Jericho. After Jericho came out, Stephen P. New, the attorney, famously known for Jim Cornette, is also the attorney that is representing Ace Steel, or represented Ace Steel and CM Punk in the issue with the Brawl Out, from Brawl Out. And Stephen P. New was on the Rip Rogers podcast, and told people that there had been an NDA, a lifetime NDA signed by both Steel and CM Punk, and that nobody could really tell the story except maybe Ace Steel's wife, because she didn't sign any NDA, which allowed Jericho to jump into the middle of this hodgepodge of hodgepodgeness and decide to put his 2 cents and spin on the whole mess, talking about how he didn't sign an NDA. He's never seen an employee handbook. He was never handed an employee handbook, and that Stephen P. News needs to watch what he's saying. It's just gotten crazy drama. Here's what Jericho had to say. "Hey, at Stephen P. New, I don't adhere to employee handbook and never had one in 4 years of working for AEW. I've also never signed a NDA in my life ever, so stop trying to bully and make egotistical fantasy brags for your clients and start doing some research before you make blanket statements about your buddies, because I saw everything that night, including how Lucy and her husband and best buddy acted, what really went down, and since I was in the room and watching her and everybody else the whole time, I know exactly what really happened, and considering you weren't there and I was, maybe you should shut your mark ass up, because what really went down was disgusting." Jericho added his 2 cents. Jim Cornette had to chime in on Jericho ranting and blowing Jericho out of the water. Jim Cornette knows how to go after the jugular. He definitely goes deep and goes right to the point. And you can't blame Cornette. Cornette and Jericho in this whole mess and all this drama. Who cares about all this all in or all out brawl anymore? It's done. It's over. Everybody should move on. We should quit hearing this stuff about this. NDAs, no NDAs. We're never going to hear the true stories of it. We're never going to know all the details of everything went down. There's always going to be he said, she said, and that is the bottom line in that mess. A leak of the AEW cover for their talent playbook policies and procedures, a handbook, employee handbook, does exist. Chris Jericho hasn't gotten it. I don't know what to say to Chris Jericho. Sounds like he is the one being left out in the dark. AEW making a lot of moves, a lot of changes. It seems like QT Marshall's gone, and we saw Rafael Morifi leave, and then Dana Massey's departure was also a big surprise from wife to one Matt Jackson. Kicked off by saying the third and fourth major individuals behind the scenes to leave AEW following Kevin Sullivan and QT Marshall had Rafael Morphy and Donna Massey, who is the wife of Matt Jackson. She has literally been there since day one. They're all day one people. She was pre-day one, honestly. Yeah, she was in the meeting. Both of them are gone at the end of the year. It looks like AEW is trying to move on to new things. New people, new places, trying to get new things. And Tony Khan's trying to restructure the company. And we're going to have to see how this all plays out for AEW going into the future. A lot of things going on. And, of course, this week in wrestling is kind of slow outside of the whole Chris Jericho, CM Punk, Stephen P. News, Jim Cornette, drama. Cody Rhodes looking to have signed a new contract. The Rock supposedly dropping rumors out of Make-A-Wish that he's going to return at WrestleMania. The people of Australia trying to get Rock to come to Elimination Chamber and Peel in Australia for that big event. And lots of news and rumors, lots of speculation. People saying that Rock will be in the Rumble. It's getting crazy. We're headed into the new year. It's going to be an awesome time. It's going to be an exciting time. Can't wait to see what comes in the new year. Can't wait to see how it all plays out. Can't wait to see what we see at the Royal Rumble this year. But it's all in a wait and happen and see. And we are just going to have to enjoy it and take it for what it is. This is the Value Wrestling on the Big Time. This is Big Time Rants. We're going to be here on Wednesday, tomorrow night, with your AEW Dynamite review. And then we'll be here on Saturday night with your AEW World's End pay-per-view results show. And then we'll be back with the weekly roundup as normal. This will not be a weekly roundup, though. It will be the yearly roundup for the Value Wrestling. We wrap up everything that happened in wrestling, and we're going to get into a deep dive discussion, so be ready for that. Make sure you ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified whenever we are live or new content comes up on this channel. Constantly posting stuff. Flashback review up on the channel. We covered In Your House number 5, the number 5th episode of that from December of 1995. Bret the Hitman Hart, the British Bulldog, gave us one great of match. Go listen to that. And as always, check out our shorts with this date in wrestling history. They're hitting big. They're hitting on point. But I thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check in. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are marching to 200 before the end of the year. We got a few more days, and I think we can make it. So join us in the march to becoming the best right here on YouTube when it comes to wrestling podcasts. I thank you for being here, and I thank you for taking time out of your day. If you're watching this later, we appreciate it. As always, on the Big Time. Until the next one.